Hey, it's the MNC show. That's right. We are back and we are live. And hey, we fell back today. We set the clocks back. I'm so thankful for that because I realistically hate losing my hour of sleep. I know a lot of people don't mind. They're like, oh, why are you complaining? It's just an hour. But when you get up at like 5 a.m. and then you have to get up at 4 a.m.,
yeah,
man, it really does a number on you. It literally takes me a week or so to get used to that. Whereas this, I'm already used to it. I woke up, felt refreshed, ready to go. I finished my work. I got home early, like a half hour before the show even started. This is what it's all about. And hey, the MNC show, we've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Mooch, What's going on, my friend?
What's up, buddy? And good morning to everybody. I can tell you some crap. You're going to get a refreshed Mooch today. I stayed up. And I got to give credit where credit's due. Give credit to the Crap Gamer. Crap, I really am I'm enthralled into, and I know everyone's playing Red Dead, and we're going to get into that. I played about 4 hours of Red Dead early yesterday morning, but last night I was in the mood to just kind of get immersed. Even though Halloween's gone, playing until dawn, man. I'm really liking that game, and I'm right near the end. Finally, some of the trophies are popping. I don't know if it's a delay or, the same issue that happens in other games. Like Destiny has that problem too. You'll be playing Destiny, and then like 6 weeks later, an achievement will pop. And you're like, well, what did I get? What did I just do? And you're like, oh, it's something I did 6 weeks ago. So nonetheless, I'm really, truly enjoying that. I stayed up, did that. But nonetheless, I got to bed at a reasonable time. It was like maybe 12:30 Eastern time in the morning. So it was actually today. But the hour going back was like 11:30, slept till like 8. I am so refreshed. I haven't had this much energy in weeks. There's going to be a lot of yelling. A lot of yelling tonight. Wow. So I'm really excited to get into games, Crap.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, it is good. We're seeing a lot of greatness come out of this Red Dead 2 situation.
Absolutely.
I gotta say, I love the game. I think it's great. I'm only like in chapter 3, so I've got a little ways to go. A lot of people are saying that the game's a little bit boring. I kind of disagree. I don't think it's boring. I think that they just make you do a lot of realistic things.
Yes.
And I think that's a bit of the problem that some people are having. Overall, though, I think it's a phenomenal achievement for that company to make that type of game with that level of detail. You know what I mean? So I've got to say I'm impressed with it. To be honest with you, I think it could use maybe a little bit of like it's so do this, and then it could use a little bit of relationships in there, to be honest with you. Like,
yes.
I guess there is none, but because if you go to GTA, right, it's so, they've got like hookers and this and that, you know what I mean? And this has like literally no options for any of that stuff. I mean, there is like the bath stuff, but it's literally just some woman going in there helping you take a bath or whatever. Nothing really, too risque.
You said what you said, though, Crap. I actually was thinking about that yesterday in some of my playthrough through Red Dead, and I said, listen, I like what they're doing, and the fact that they're letting us truly experience the character and live the real life situations we all go through on a day-to-day basis. But I sat there and I was like, okay, so my beard's getting a little long, and I kept on going back to my tent, and I said, you know what? Maybe I'll shave. So I'm sitting there, and then there's like 85 options for shaving. Then you can slick your hair back. And you can do this, and you can do that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm wasting 20 minutes here. I should be doing something else, which, by the way, Crap, I don't know if you did it or not, but I did go out, do enough missions, gathered enough money, and now I have fast travel. So I did get the fast travel ability in the game, which has made things a lot nicer. Because now I can get from our headquarters at camp to Valentine or Strawberry or a couple other places a little bit easier.
I can't go back into Valentine.
I can't go back. Yes.
I can't. They don't want me there.
No, no, they don't.
It's like I done caused a little bit of a ruckus up in there.
What's your bounty at in there?
I don't. It's something like $300.
Yeah, I got a $300 one down in one of the towns, and I'm like, well, I won't be going there for a while.
Yeah. I'm not going to pay that. It took me, I don't know like how much money you're making. Maybe it's because you're doing side stuff too. I haven't really done much side stuff. But
that's the thing, Crap. I don't even know, except for the yellow dots that are everywhere that are John Marston.
Those are, well, yeah. Like,
those are the big ones.
Yeah, I think the yellow things are the main quest, right? And then there's little white ones with money signs. Those are side things. And so you can go, or you can just like rob or whatever. But for me, it's like I was doing very little of that. So like when I did get money, it was like I tried to upgrade the camp as best as possible.
Right.
And I got that gold ingot and that was worth 300. Like, where do you trade your stuff in? Like, it's like you can trade it into a fence, and I haven't found a fence anywhere.
Well, I thought you could do, and again, I know this is going to help you, but you can go to another town. You go to Valentine. There's places that you can go up and trade in stuff for value of coin. You go to I call it the general store.
I went in there, but they don't take the stuff like the belt, like the silver belt buckles or the wedding rings or stuff like that, or even that gold ingot. It's like you got to go. It says a fence, and I'm like, I don't know
that.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't done that. I have not done that.
But the good news is you can trade that stuff in to the collection thing in your thing, and they'll still count that towards your whatever. So
that's what I do. Anything I usually get as far as the gold watches, the platinums, the silver, the rings, earrings, necklaces, anything I get on any of the heists, I always put that into back into the community chest, if you will. And it gives you plus whatever, it's positive I don't know, feelings or endorsements from your group up there. So I do that, and then I upgrade the ledger as much as possible. That's what I do with the money. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. I haven't worried about my attire or my clothing or anything. I do update my guns. So I got a couple of guns recently. Did you do that one thing? So I found one guy out there. We were talking about it on Crossfire Crap. There's a guy that was out in the woods, and he's like, I think he had like his ankles and his wrists like handcuffed, and he was escapee. So I set him free. Well, later on, I don't know, he was like, thanks, dude, see ya. I think he gave you like $15 or something or whatever he had. And he's like, see you later, dude. So I don't know, that was like a week. That was like one of the first things I did, just goofing off last weekend. I'm just playing through yesterday, and I'm going through Valentine, and I go up to the gun shop, and there's a guy sitting there and says, hey, buddy, come on over. So I go over, and he's like, hey, remember me? He's like, you set me free out in the woods. You shot my my cuffs off. I'm like, the guy's like, yeah, so what? He's like, well, I want to make it up to you. Go on in the gun shop, and I've got a credit in there. So I picked out a really nice rifle, and I loaded it up with some goodies on it, and I got a new gun out of that. That's a weird thing about the game is this is just a white blinking dot on the map when I was just riding through with my horse. And he's like, hey, buddy, can you help me over here? So I was like, just a bunch of those types of things. I thought that was kind of neat. That's why I say that the side quests and the random pop-up events are just as important as the yellow dots.
Okay, so Noximus says you can find a fence at Rhodes or St. Denis. Also cover your face with a mask if you have a bounty. Hey, that's a good idea, too. I didn't know if you covered your face that it lets you go to those places, because I was going to say Valentine, for whatever reason. I don't even know what I did that was so bad. It's just like you go near it, and it's like people start chasing you, and I'm like, okay. But one thing that I do love about that game is everything has such a living world aspect to it. Like you said, like I've helped people, and then they later come back and help you, or you know what I mean? Like, I think that's really cool the way that they were able to do that. And just I've never really found a game where everything affects everything as much as that game does, and so it's really cool to see that. And, I got to say that they've done a really world-class job with that game. It's probably one of my favorites. And even though it's not throwing a bunch of gamer score at me, I'm still invested and having a good time with the story and want to progress it. It's not something that I can put 10 hours into at a time, but it is something that I am putting, a few hours at a time into, and just having a good time with it. I wish we still had Telltale Games, because I would just play one of those before I got into Red Dead, get 200 gamer score, and then not have to worry about it,
Yeah,
so,
I guess
that's what I used to do anyway.
I'm up to a whopping 40 gamer score.
I think I got 90.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Here's the thing. I do things kind of basic, right? So I had a horse, and I named it, and I got real friendly with the horse, and then some bandits attacked me, killed the horse. I was going to revive the horse, but then they killed me. So then the horse is dead, and I couldn't revive it. So now I'm back to the basic horse again. So, yeah, I've just been...
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, the basic horse isn't terrible, but, I obviously would have rather been able to continue going with the bigger, faster horse that I had bought.
Agree.
So,
well, you can get the horse back, Crap. Once you buy the horse, you don't lose the horse.
If it dies, you do.
I thought you get the horse back.
I don't think you do, because I went and looked in the stables and it's not there. So I think that was one of those unfortunate things, like, hey, you're not going to be able to get your horse back or whatever. So, kind of is what it is, just a little bit unfortunate. But hey, have you seen, I'm sure you've noticed it, a lot of people switching to Xbox One X or buying an Xbox One X to play some of these games, what do you think about that? I personally think it really shows the power of the Xbox One X, but a lot of people are like, this is realistically the first one. And I think you've kind of said that before. And I've always said This is the first game that the Xbox One X has done a better job on. It's just the biggest.
I actually have a whole rant to get into on that, but you do have some bills to pay, Mr.
There he is. That's Downer.
That is Downer.
He says, I don't listen to gaming products anymore, or podcast probably he meant.
Yes.
But when I do, you guys are the best. Remember, best damn podcast bar none. Everyone get their asses out and vote. That's right. Go out and vote. Do some voting. You can early vote, all that kind of stuff. Yes, otherwise, don't complain.
Diligence. That's right.
Yes. If you don't vote, then don't sit there and complain about it nonstop because that's annoying. I'm not even a hugely political guy, but I always just say, hey, if you want to complain, at least do your due diligence.
I think regardless of your stance on anything, I think it's a great notion to say that everybody should go out and vote. It's your American duty. I do think so. It's our right, but I think it's our duty as well.
Exactly. And thank you very much, Downer. Please hit that like button. Almost 300 watching already. Share it out. All that kind of stuff. Really would appreciate it.
Yes.
Means a lot to us when you guys watch the show, catch the show on a Sunday. Apparently, you guys like it on a Sunday.
They love the Sunday morning crap.
They do. I guess so, man. We're gonna see.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, crap. But there's no sense in hiding it. We've said it a bunch of times. We actually are big fans of morning shows. I mean, you've got everything with Bubba with you and Stern with me.
Yeah, poor Bubba.
Poor Bubba. But at least he's on AM radio or whatever. It's still radio nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really knock it. It's good for him. He's able to kind of do something anyway. I mean, that's better than most people we know.
You love AM radio.
Yeah, sure.
I think AM radio right now.
I used to listen to like sports talk AM radio back in the 90s.
890, 8 AM 890 in New York is huge. I mean, if you're Giants, Jets, Mets, or Yankees, it's all about it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I always remember that, and I've mentioned this before. There's this movie called Hot Rod. Where the guy's a stuntman and it's a comedy, and he's Andy Samberg, you know who he is, right?
Yeah, of course.
He's a stuntman, and he's like, he puts on this big benefit thing for his stepfather to save his life or whatever because he needs medical procedure.
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes, we're gonna raise money and we're gonna save you. He's like, they're even gonna broadcast it on the AM radio because he sold the marketing rights to the actual stunt to the AM radio. So people had to tune in and listen to the guy describe the jump. Funny as hell, man. It's like really funny stuff. But yeah, we do appreciate your guys' support and stuff like that.
And I'll get back to your point, Crap, because you actually did a great lead-in for the main topic. To be honest with you, this is the first game that shows the power of the X in its full entirety, folks. So hear me out. Because as I said this to Crap a week or two ago, it was a week ago, I believe. He said to me, well, Mooch, hold on a second. You're leaving games out like Far Cry 5. You're leaving games out like Destiny that have definitely shown the ability to give a better representation of 4K gaming through the X where the Pro can't do that. And he's right, but the whole point of the matter is that this is the first game that from the minute you turn it on till the minute you decide to not play it, every single detail is truly a beneficial to the gamer to be playing on the X. And the Pro, it's not that the Pro, listen, anywhere you can play the game is great. Good for you. It's awesome. It's not saying, but if you have your means, if you have an old Xbox One sitting home, or you have a PS4 Slim sitting home, now's the time for the foreseeable future. If you're interested in the multi-plats, which is what we play most of the time, and this was the big argument that the Sony fans had in the beginning of the generation was, that's great that you Xbox guys got some games, but we're playing multi-plats, and the multi-plats look better on the PlayStation. Now it's just the shoes on the other foot. It's no different. It's absolutely no different at all, and now you're seeing that true power and potential come out on the X crap, and I think that if you're not playing, Manny! Look at that crap! Manny is absolutely unbelievable.
Oh, holy crap, man.
I told you.
We're doing it to every Sunday.
He said, stop complaining. Hey, Manny, that's great. See, I'm using comedy. Crap's using complaints. I think complaints are working.
Hey, I'm at the complaint department. Wow.
He's always there.
Hey, man, that's perfect. We really do appreciate that, man. You know what? The funny thing is, why I sort of like doing Sundays, we get to see people that aren't usually there on the Wednesday or Friday shows. You know what I mean? Like I hardly ever see these guys. Yeah, that's true.
They come out on Sundays because we're doing it. It's midday on Sunday in Europe, and that's a big deal. Most of the time when we're doing these podcasts over in the U.S., it's 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night during the week, and it's the middle of the night for the folks in Europe.
Exactly. So yeah, it's a good chance to kind of do that, and they can watch the show and enjoy it live. We're still working on getting producer once again. If anybody would like to try out or have a meeting with us about it. We're always looking for that as well.
Absolutely.
Because we've got a lot of cool ideas and things that we want to do, but it's one of those things that it's taken a little bit more time than I would have thought or liked. But everything's gonna, coming along and doing okay, and the show will be back and we'll be able to take calls and things like that. But we got to find that special person that's willing to commit and do the show.
It's a bunch of things, Crap. It's not just if you can do OBS. It's the passion. It's the you guys know this. You guys are all fans. Look at 300 watching now live, and we're just getting started. You guys know that we love the show. We love doing the show, and we don't miss a show. So one of the things we always say when we've been talking to some people that have been interested is make sure that you're okay to do the show. There's 52 weeks in a year, right? You've got big holiday events like Christmas and Thanksgiving and things that come up sometimes that bar you from actually doing any work, even your 9-to-5 jobs, folks. So me and Crap completely understand that. But Crap, we've never really measured it. I've never actually gone back and counted them all. But we're doing, I would say, probably 46, 47 episodes a year. I don't think we take much time off at all.
Yeah, it's rare to take time off. It's one of those things where it's a high level of commitment, but it's like, a lot of people really look forward to it or whatever. And we, here, especially with the M&C show, like we just looking back at some of the people that have contacted us, like remember there was the one gentleman who was homeless at a time and was going through a real struggle, and he messaged us and he says, he was really depressed and stuff, and our jokes and stuff like that really cheered him up. He ended up getting back on his feet and actually donated, I think, a game or something to somebody. Yep. And that was really cool. Just the people in general. Like there was somebody that had a sick kid that liked watching the show and thought it was like really funny. Like it's people like that, it's like, and they look forward to something that's a little bit different. And I realize that the way we do it right now isn't much different, but it is still Mooch and Crap. You know what I mean? And we still, like the ideas are there. We just need a way to get those ideas out. Unfortunately, I don't have the internet to run OBS and run videos to kind of do that.
Right.
And the way me and you kind of riff, you need sort of that third person. And, so that's what we're kind of looking for. You run OBS, it's, you're going to have to do the show and run some bits and stuff like that. But, hopefully we can find somebody that's willing to do that and kind of put in, that effort to help us out, and that'd be awesome.
Absolutely. And I mean, like I said, if you guys even want to dabble and you're thinking, you're like, God, I don't want to reach out to Mooch and Crap. I don't really do the YouTube thing. Get a hold of us. It doesn't matter. What does it hurt that? Listen, this is the greatest thing about YouTube. It's the greatest thing about Twitter. It's the greatest thing about everything we have is great. It's always great to open dialogue and have conversation. So if you've got that skill set, but it's something you haven't really done, maybe this is for you. But Crap, I think you mentioned a great thing too about the show. Is that, it is a lot of time that goes into the show, but at the same time, it's so rewarding. And it's because I personally love to do it. You don't understand. Like, I don't think of it as work. If you think of something as work, then it is work. It's something you got to do. It's you punch your time card and you're like, oh, I can't wait till 5 o'clock comes. But when it's something like this, I sit there, I start making notes in the morning. I go through everything through the week. I still have my notes from Crossfire. I have the notes from Xbox Nation. We go through things that haven't been discussed because on those shows, we don't go through all of our lists. And anything that's still a hot topic or something that comes up on Twitter, we bring it up. And then, of course, when we actually have the means to getting it all on OBS and getting these skits together, we meet on the Tuesday or Thursday prior, and we get these skits recorded. And it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like if you talk to somebody who does Saturday Night Live or something, they rehearse all week to put out that hour-and-a-half show, and they love it. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be that your skill set comes out during the show. And it's something I truly look forward to, and I look forward to all the audience members that are here with us, too, that are listening here live and later on, Crap.
Yeah, I also, it was interesting because Fallout 76 was a game that I was like, you know what I mean? I'm not really interested. And then somebody was like, hey, man, I'm just going to give you a code for the game. And I was like, all right. So I installed it. I'm actually going to try it out. I think it'd be pretty ignorant of me not to.
If you want, Crap, if you don't mind, not to intervene there, I actually, a gentleman that is an outstanding Mooch Maniac, he just asked me, he said, please, I don't want my name out there, but he's gifting it to me on the day before release. So as soon as gifting's allowed, because you can't gift a pre-gift. But,
hey, you know what's good about the mooching that I've done, and I'm walking that fine line, Mooch.
It is a fine line.
Yes. It is, right? Yes. To where people have been pre-gifting me the pre-orders. Like this was just a code for the game because he bought the double dip. Yeah, so it'll be an Xbox reward. And what was really cool about that was I picked up the white Xbox One Elite controller recently, and I only had to pay like $20 or $23 out of pocket because I had all these rewards. I forgot all about those rewards. You know, they switched it over. They have some app on the Xbox console itself. It was a little bit crazy, and I was like, hey, I have a lot of reward money in here, and they had that white Elite controller, and I was like, hell yeah, that thing was good. By the way, I also picked up. I know this is something that you and Hellheimer give me hell for. Because I always buy the cheap rechargeable packs, right?
Did you finally buy the Xbox?
I did, and that thing lasts forever.
Yes, you can't use the M&C version, okay?
Yes, I was using some kind of bootleg thing, dude.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was good. It had good reviews. And then you plug it in, and it lasts like about as long as the PS4
the
controller.
Xbox One. I got to be honest with you. I almost Thelma and Louise the Xbox One. I grabbed that controller and I go, we're going as long as we can without a recharge, baby.
You're doing a Kramer, right? Like driving on the freeway.
I go until the tank is empty, and then I keep going.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, so
that's what I have not charged my Xbox, and I'm playing Red Dead, and I'm sitting there, and I always hit, I hit the Xbox illuminated button to see how much I got left, and I'm like, oh, there's still a line there. Let's ride this baby out, and I love it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. Look at Manny's back.
He is. He's back, and he's better than ever.
I would say so.
He says he says funny how people downplay the X thing. I do have a gaming PC and do own the PS4 Pro and still support what I say. Manny, you're not wrong. Here's the thing, right? I don't get why it's okay. Everybody's like, I've always said I prefer Xbox, but I'm okay with people liking PS4 or PC or Wii or Switch or whatever they want. I'm fine with that. The problem that I have is it seems like only PlayStation dudes are just so set in their ways that they swear they'll never buy an Xbox One X. But I've seen it in my feed all week. Even some of these famous YouTubers and stuff are switching, and they're tagging Aaron Greenberg, and they're like, had to get an X to play Red Dead 2, had to do it, had to be done. Like, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Is it everybody? No. Is it some pretty big names? Yes.
Yes.
Are they going to see a big difference?
Do you think Microsoft is now finally paying attention to the fact that a third-party game is selling their console and stop letting Sony get every single big third-party game? Maybe it's crap.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, and not only that, this is a big third-party game that isn't on PC as well. So the best place to play, literally the only place to play, is the Xbox One X.
There's Boogie who just hooked you up. Boogie actually got me the beta.
Yeah, we played
76. Well, I have the beta code now through.
Didn't
Boogie.
we play No Man's Sky with him?
Yes, that's the No Man's Sky.
Yes, he saved me. I was in No Man's Land.
Yes,
ran out of gas in that game. He says, so you both have the ability to play the Fallout 76 beta today. Should I expect to see you two in the Wasteland today at some point? I don't know if I'm going to play today. I mean, there is some football. I think I might have BGST tonight.
It's until I think 9 o'clock tonight. Well, yeah, if you don't have BGST, if you have BGST, you're not gonna be able to do it. But I was telling Boogie, I've got a bunch of stuff going on. I probably wouldn't be able to get on until 7:38 and play for about an hour. But I might. Here's the thing: I'm not, and I want to say thanks to Boogie for getting me that beta code. I downloaded it last night, which is great because now the whole game is downloaded, and now when I get the actual key on the day, I already have it downloaded. So that's wonderful. But my point being here is, I'm not necessarily enthralled. I've talked to some people that I truly trust in the world of gaming, and they've been playing the Fallout 76 beta crap, and they're saying it's buggy as hell and the frame rate's not good. Here's the thing. I mean, it's still another two weeks till the game comes out. I think Bethesda will get their act together and get this thing out. I think they're really testing the waters here.
Here's the thing. Bethesda are known for having things that are a little bit buggy at launch. I mean, here's the thing. People are always on them because of that. But let's be honest, they get their stuff fixed pretty quick. Open world games tend to have a little bit more issues at launch. I mean, I've seen some glitches in Red Dead 2. Nobody's going to talk about them. Look, SpiderMan on PS4 had the most glitches I've ever seen in an open world game. Like legit. There was like times where your guys walking in the sky, people walking, but it was like, I think sometimes as bad as Assassin's Creed Unity with some of the hilarity of that stuff, right? People like halfway in a door and halfway
Peter
out.
Parker's hair was only thing you could see. There was no face. It was just floating in a neck.
Exactly. But nobody, because it was a good game, you know, and so nobody said the thing is Bethesda does good games. They're usually games that get that are like discounted heavily within a month, but still, you know.
Well, I think say that crap, but Fallout 4. Did you see the rumor that came out for Black Friday sales? Fallout 4 is a big sale, $29.99. That came out 4 years ago. It's still $30. That's not exactly what I would say discounted heavily. That like Fallout 4 has never been $5 or $10 anywhere. You got it once, I think, for $10, and that was like it fell off the back of a truck.
I bought it for $10. They had a digital code on Amazon, and I told you.
I know, but you have right. We didn't see it before. We haven't seen it since.
Yeah, I told you. I was like, Mooch, you got to pick it up, man. It's only $10. You're like, I don't know, man.
I thought I got it for free.
Yeah, I told you. I know. I told you though. I was like, dude, they did that before where people thought it was free.
Yeah,
and ended up not being free. Yeah. So yeah,
thanks, Microsoft, the anti-moochers.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people counting on that.
Sir X-Man says, Anthem, best place to play the Xbox One X. You're not wrong there either. Hey, hit that like button, guys. Almost 350 watching, only 80 likes. Let's see if we can't get over 100. That'd be awesome. Look, Anthem is going to be another game that's going to be ridiculously good on the Xbox One X. It's going to be really good looking. Remember what happened at E3 when they unveiled that game, right, Mooch? It was people were freaking out about it, and Sony was using the Xbox One X footage. Yes. They tried to edit out the bumpers, and people caught it. Like, people are on that, you know what I mean? So there's obviously going to be a big difference, and that gap is going to get wider and wider. And Sony, what they're seeing now is people are paying, or Sony's paying money to these companies to have them market the game with Sony, right? But and they're still selling great, right? Don't get me wrong. Red Dead 2 obviously is going to sell best on PlayStation 4. Why? Because they've shipped 86 million consoles, and even if there's 45 million Xbox Ones, 86 is more than 46, Absolutely. So there's going to be more on there. What I'm seeing and what I'm saying is people are starting to notice and see that there's this big difference, and it's a performance difference as well. So not only that, but if you look at the PS4 Pro version in particular, it looks bad. That console, you could just tell that it was realistically put out to do VR. You know what I mean? To better their VR. It honestly, Red Dead 2, the screenshots and the video footage, the comparison stuff that Digital Foundry did, ridiculous. Looks bad on the PS4 Pro. It looks better on the base PS4 in most instances. It's got this Vaseline type haze. The hair looks really bad. It just doesn't look great. I don't understand what the deal is. That could be helping make Sony try to rush something out sooner than later. Which whether that plays in on what Microsoft wants or not, that's really up for debate. But the X is powerful. The X is already doing games like nobody guessed it that was going to do native 4K. I said it would do native 4K. Everybody else was like, no chance. And here it is, native 4K. Not even
no way.
Yeah, not even scalable 4K. It's just native 4K. You know what I mean? Like 30 frames per second, basically locked. So I find that to be incredible. And what we're seeing come from the Xbox One X has been nothing short of incredible. And then when you see the comparison, you're seeing these games are basically 2K. Look at Darksiders, right? They're selling. They announced that they're going to do the first two, the remasters, are going to be 4K 60 on Xbox One X. They're only 2K on the PS4 Pro or thereabouts, right? That is a huge difference. The funny thing is the fact that people still look at this as being not a big difference, or how many people act like it's not a big difference. Now, here's the thing. 900p to 1080p, not a big difference, especially when most of us were like, we had our 1080p TVs, and you played something like Rise, and it looked phenomenal, right? We were wondering, why is everybody even talking about this stuff? Now, for me personally anyway, and I know for a lot of other people's that are thinking this way as well, when you see the difference between something where you're better off playing Red Dead 2 at 1080p on the PS4 Pro, and the Xbox One X is native 4K, that's a 4 times difference in pixels count. And you're not even just talking like it has better anti-aliasing, better lighting, better everything, occlusion, all this stuff, right?
Yes.
Like just texture filtering, quality, like everything was so much better. That's the difference. It's not just a resolution difference. It's everything, it's everything else that's kind of, putting, all this stuff together. And I think that's amazing. I think that's really cool that they've been able to do that. And it's going to keep happening. We're going to keep seeing games sort of look like that. So, actually, I disagree on your list. 1440p, which we've rarely seen Sony do that, because they always do some kind of weird checkerboarding with that, right?
Yeah.
It's rarely been able to even hit the 1440p. So what we're seeing is Xbox One X is getting a native 4K version. And who, like, realistically, Rockstar, they went all out, right? Like if you're a developer, Mooch, and you're like, you get this powerful piece of console like the Xbox One X, aren't you going to do all that you can for it? Like, and they did.
Well, that's what we were told early in the generation when we kept on saying, why is it that Sony, they're putting in, the thing is they said, the Don, shout out to the Don, he said, if it's within their means, which is time and money, okay, If it's within their means, they're going to always put the best product out. It's a reflection on them, the developer. So if they know you have it's the same thing with PC, right? So it's all the same thing right now, crap. The PlayStation, the Xbox, the PC is all the same thing. The PC is still going to have a 4K option running at 60 or 144 frames. They're not going to take that away from them because they're making the console-specific game. So my point being is why would they lessen the X? Why would they hurt the X in those customers? They don't need to do that anymore. The scaling variable now is much easier for developers to accomplish and get done. This is what the Don has said for weeks now. Yeah. So, no, I mean, I agree 110%. You know, it's funny, just to change subject slightly. A lot of people right now in the chat are kind of going on you had mentioned Anthem crap, and they're saying, is Anthem going to kill Destiny? Now, here's the thing. It depends on what we're talking about.
Don't tell that to Mooch.
Right? No, it comes with two answers. Okay, it's like if you guys have ever seen the movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. I got one question in 27 parts. My point being is that yes, I believe when Anthem comes out, right? I mean, I don't know if Destiny has a DLC that releases that month or that week or that within 2 weeks of that, but you're going to see a spike in Anthem. Everyone's like, oh, there you go, there it is. Somebody make a tombstone, put Destiny 2 on it. I want to represent that. And it's like, okay, stop it. Because what'll happen is everybody likes something new. People like to try change. So you're going to see an absolute influx of people race over. A lot of Destiny people too, I might add. Yeah. Race over to Anthem and play Anthem for 30 to 60 days. The question is, okay, and I've said this with the Division. I've said this with this, and I've said this with other games. The question truly isn't, is Anthem going to beat Destiny? The question is Anthem still going to be beating Destiny 60 days later? Will it beat it 60 days later? And it depends. I don't have an answer for you right now because, to be honest with you, I believe there was a 45-minute showing on IGN. They had a first look at Anthem, and they did that. But I don't know how. I didn't get a chance to watch that. I don't know how in depth they got into the character development, etc. But I think it's got a chance. Yes, it has a chance. But here's the thing. People start to feel invested in Destiny at this point. People are already just comfortable with Destiny. You have to be amazing right now to steal people from Destiny permanently. And that's the part where the question's still out there. Do I think BioWare can do it? Absolutely. Do I think the money's going into it? Absolutely. Do I like what they're doing with this? I like that we're going to be like a miniature Titans flying around? Absolutely. When I say miniature compared to Titanfall. But that's a cool aspect to be able to get in and out and be able to be like the soldier and then get into I'm calling it a Titan, get into that Titan and then represent yourself, whether you're the Ranger or whatever the other protagonists you can pick to be are. That's an intriguing factor for a lot of us. So when people say, Mooch, is Anthem going to be the Destiny killer? That's just too wide range of a question to answer at this point in time because we haven't seen what BioWare truly has. And to be honest with you, here we are, not very far away, right? It's November. November, December is going to fly by with the holidays. January, February, you got about 3 solid months until this game comes out. And I don't know if necessarily Anthem has been that revealing to all of us to know yet. So that makes me a little skeptical that we haven't seen a little bit more of Anthem. But I'm looking forward to Anthem. I think it's going to be a refreshing breath of air, to be honest with you, as far as MMO console games.
It'll be interesting to see what they do to it and how they show it off because, it's true. For a new IP, we haven't really seen that much of it. And so I think I'm even very interested to see, what we're going to see from it. Supposedly they're going to show it off at some point. Yeah. So hopefully they do. I personally am interested to see what it's all about. If it's a story driven, because you see, when I saw Destiny, I originally thought Destiny was going to be Halo, but with your friends, sort of like that. I did not think it was going to be some ridiculous thing with no story whatsoever. And I know maybe they have some kind of story now, but it's convoluted. You got to pay for the extra story, for the real story and all this. And I'm not about that. Mm-hmm. So in my opinion, I think that could give Anthem a little bit of a leg up if they're like, hey, you get the complete story here, with our game, and you only got to buy the game, because I know a lot of people get fed up with the whole, buying the, when you get Destiny or Destiny 2, it's not just that and you're done. You also got to spend another $200 to get all the DLC.
Well, it's not $200, but yes.
Well, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like,
it depends on when you. Well, you know, it's funny you say that, Crap. Let me and no one. I'm not going to go into a full Destiny rant here, but Destiny, the base game, a year into it, was given away free on PS Plus, I believe, a month ago. It's now free for PC gamers, which I downloaded it. Crap, you know, as you want to say sarcastically, I downloaded because I wanted to see this thing in 60 frames. It is a marvel. I think Crap would even acknowledge that. The difference between playing anything, you even want to go back to your old school Halo Crap when we were playing Halo in 30 frames versus the 60 frames is a massive, massive difference. So to see that in 60 frames, it is quite enticing. I will say I did. Listen, I'm a mooch. It was free. I even grabbed the free one on PlayStation, even though I had already bought it for $9.99.
Yeah.
I went to the store and said, hey, how much can I get a trade-in at GameStop for this PlayStation Destiny 2? And they offered me, I think, 67 cents. I'm now using it as a coaster. Yeah, I'd rather get some use out of it. How dare you give me 67 cents?
I never even downloaded Destiny 2 on the PS4 when it was free, and I had PlayStation Plus. So.
I'd have to say that I'm not shocked in the least. Right? I mean, it's a lot of work right now to even on the PC one to say I'm going to start a character and go all the way through, but it is really a visual masterpiece at 60 frames. Hear me out, though, guys. What it comes down to ultimately is that this is a game that has been given to you for free. You want to get into it. People say, I don't want to spend the money. Fine, don't. Right now, you can get the game free. You could have on PlayStation Plus. You could on PC right now. And then the original DLC is like $19.99. And the new DLC in a couple of months is going to be like $20. So, Crap, what you're talking about for the early adapters, which you're right, from day one to today is around $200. You're right. You're 110% right.
Yeah.
But except for us folks that were the early adapters, you could pretty much be completely enthralled into the Destiny world right now and be $40 out of pocket. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty damn good a year later, right? I mean, like there's not many games that'll do that for you. There are games that hit the discount bin, but they're also dead, right? So like, shout out to Noof Nukem. Noof was like, hey, Mooch, I heard you ranting and raving about Evil Within 2 last year, which was not this October, last October. He's like, I got it for $6 brand new. He's right. But that $6 game, which is fantastic, by the way, is he's going to play it and then he's going to forget about it. Whereas right now you can go get Destiny 2, whether it was last month you picked it up on PS Plus for free or on PC now for the rest of I think November 18th for free. You can get totally invested in this game for $40. And let me tell you something. The community is out there and it's happening. It's alive. So there's a lot going on. Crap is my point. That's all I'm really trying to say.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
It's a lot.
And I think I don't think that it's going to be a direct clone anyway. I think they're obviously going to do the kind of their own thing, and they have to.
They have to.
Yeah, they have. Hopefully, they learn.
Suicide, Crap.
Hopefully, they learn from the Destiny stuff. You know, I just I just don't see how they can. To be honest with you, I'm surprised that Destiny has any kind of success with them still doing that whole paid for story content type situation, right? Like, I don't know, like they're one of the only ones, you know, EA gets so much crap for it.
Yes.
Basically everybody has to drop microtransactions now or loot crates or whatever. Like nobody can do this stuff. And you don't have to pay for maps and anything anymore because it divides the community. And so it's weird to me that Destiny is still one of those games where people, and it's just like they invest so much time. Like I see Luca from the second floor, she's always posting screenshots of her Destiny character, and it's like some ungodly number or whatever. But I bet she had to put
600, and that's amazing. Like I just went back and started playing Destiny this weekend. Crap. I played Thursday and Friday a little bit, and when I did, I saw you.
I was on Red Dead 2.
Yes, you were. That was my Red Dead 2. I took a time out
you take a break. Like I usually play like Black Ops 4 or something like that.
I don't blame you. I played a little Black Ops 4 as well. Who did I play? I think I played a round or two with Punk Kiddish, who's on the Saltiest Gaming podcast with Salty. He's very good at that game. That's a lot of fun. I did play a round or two with him on that. But Destiny for me is a great. I honestly, the old P. Diddy song comes to mind. I'm coming home. I'm coming home, buddy. I'll tell you, put that in it. I feel like I'm home, baby. So it is what it is. But I think that I really think that Anthem can't mimic Destiny. Crap. They have to be their own entity. They have to be their own brand. They have to bring something new to the table, not just these dailies and weeklies and do this and that, but in a Titan. What that'll do is it'll immediately drop off. Crap. You'll get a spike in sales. You'll see a ton of people on it, and in 60 days it'll be dead because somebody will be like, "Well, why am I doing this same thing over here I'm doing that over there, and I'm already, like you said, I've already invested about 1,000 hours, and I'm light level 600. You know what I'm saying? Power level 600. So, you know, just a thing, just bringing that up, throwing it out there. What was I going to say to you about about Fallout 76 here? What was I going to say? Shoot, I had a really good point about it. Is that we need to see and stress that Microsoft and Bethesda have come out and talked about cross-play, cross-progression, right? They seem to both be very big into this crap.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to something that I don't think is going to happen, and it really sucks, to be honest with you. I was hoping that the cross-play would happen with PC and Xbox with Fallout 76. And you might go, why? I don't feel like the way that this game is being built that anybody on the PC would have an advantage, because really it's just about you and your community going out and doing things together. Yes, you once in a while, get, hog tied up with another group of humans in the game. Yes, but that's not enough. This is something that would have been a really cool standing point for Microsoft and Bethesda to say, we're going to do cross progression. And you might go, this is not my bag. And I get that. But my whole point behind it, Crap, is that this is a good standing point. This is a game that wouldn't affect you. It wouldn't make you feel like you're playing at a disadvantage. And I don't know. I just think it would be a great move. Don't you see, if you're going to eventually start to do this, like now the PC Destiny games out there, it would be great if I could bring my Xbox Warlock over to the PC. I wouldn't mind. Yeah. But now starting over from scratch, I'm not going to be honest. It's a bit of a bear. It's a bear. Yeah. So if they're going to make this whole thing, this progression thing, be able to move from PlayStation to Xbox to PC, this is a game I thought they would have done it with, and maybe they do have it in the plans, but we haven't heard anything. Do you see where I'm saying that this game wouldn't put any player at a disadvantage, and it would be a good way for the two very vocal companies in Microsoft and Bethesda, because Bethesda's been very vocal about it, and it'd be a good way for them to show this and show harmony. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, possibly. I think so, but I think if you're going to do crossplay, you got to do crossplay. It's got to be crossplay with everything. Like it's got to be, you got to include PlayStation. You've got to be able to include all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's something that you got to be able to have. You can't just go and that's what Bethesda said in the past. You can't just have, let's do crossplay and advertise that as a feature and then not include every platform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they've said that clearly. Here's the thing.
Well, they can
Sony agreed
out,
to
right?
Sony agreed to do crossplay on Fortnite, and it's in beta. Well, I mean that buys them time, but they certainly haven't agreed to crossplay on anything else, I don't think.
No, they haven't. They haven't. Yeah. But that don't get me wrong. I completely get where your point is, Crap, and where you're going with that. But since cross progression hasn't really been done on any games, or not many at all, they could say, hey, Fallout 76, the first game to try and do this, and they don't have to do them on all of them. They can say that they're just trying it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would have been cool, and I think even Soccer Cars was going to do that. You know what? I got to say this, we do Crossfire on Fridays with Alan Walsh, who he's starting to get a little bit recognized now. So now other sites are running with his Full Throttle Media interview with what's his name, director Ralph Fulton from Playground Games. Yes. So I wanted to kind of talk about this.
Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, so basically Alan interviewed the creative director of Playground Games, Ralph Fulton, and they were talking about their other project, which now this is on other sites, by the way, their site in Full Throttle Media. And this is what he said about their second studio. He says, and yeah, the second studio is growing. It is, I think, revealing in that no one knows who they are. No one is looking at what they're doing. They're just bonding as a team. They're doing some great stuff already, but it'll be a long time before we talk about what they're doing. And I think they're enjoying that ability at the moment. So basically sort of maybe saying that we won't. And the funny thing is this other site, WCCF Tech, that is using this Full Throttle's clip or whatever. There's other sites that are doing this too. They got a big Fable logo. Like we all know. I just think it's funny that Ralph Fulton's like, nobody knows what is looking at what they're doing. They're just bonding. Like everybody wants to know what they're doing. Everybody wants to know something about this Fable game that they're working on, right? So, I mean, I just think it's funny. I mean, I did lower my expectations. I guess I don't expect to see it at Xbox XO, which is unfortunate. I would have loved to just see like a little something, show some sights, 15-second teaser, like Ellie playing the guitar, you know, like something like that, you know, to get people excited. You know, like I did a video about what I predicted last night, and it came out, and you know, I did change it. I think we're gonna get a couple of nice announcements, but I did pull back. I don't think we're gonna see the Fable one, unfortunately, and I do think we're gonna get some stuff that probably people are gonna hate on. Like they're gonna announce Sea of Thieves DLC. You know what I mean? They're gonna talk about that. They're gonna talk about Forza Horizon 4 DLC.
Do you think we're gonna hear about Obsidian?
Yeah, I think. Oh, we're gonna get studio announcements. I think between 2 and 5.
Well, that's something.
Yeah. Oh, there'll be stuff to be excited about, no doubt. I think we're going to get some third party.
I think we're going to get
shown off too.
I think a third party game will probably be shown off. Crap. I think that the Obsidian and, like you say, studio announcements will happen. And I think, and I'm sorry, this is where, you know, Mooch kind of says I don't care, but I'm sure a lot of you fans out there will care. Then you're going to get the Banjo-Kazooie announcements and the Battletoads, and then you're going to see Major Nelson's White Gloves, and you're going to see Fredo come out.
I hope not.
And, you know, I mean,
I think they're going to be too busy talking about a lot of stuff to really mess with that stuff, to be honest with you. I do think we're definitely going to get a price reduction on some stuff, the X and probably the S, and they're going to announce probably some new bundles and things like that. Because if you look at the bundles that leaked for Sony, yeah, man, those are some nice looking bundles, to be honest with you. What they've been able to kind of pull off there. I think they've done a really good job. Like I said, I'm not a Sony hater. They've done a lot of things masterfully.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you look at what they've done, a SpiderMan PS4 Slim for $199, folks, if you guys didn't know, is what's considered the casual price. Right. That's what attracts the casual market. You know, I know a lot of us talk about the X and the Pro, and the Pro is the worst selling. The Slim is the best selling, you know?
Yeah.
It's all about that, getting that casual price. If you look at what really got the PS2 into the stratosphere, it's when it hit that $199 casual price point.
Kind of lets you know that the casuals, which we know the casuals don't do podcasts, they don't do this, they don't bicker on Twitter.
Yeah.
But the casuals being that large market crap also tells you that maybe most people don't care about, you know, all this stuff we've been talking about with resolution and everything else. I wonder how much of it actually matters, right? Because if you're going to go out and buy the 199 version, you're also saying that I'm okay with a 1080p or a 1440p multiplat. And that may be the case. That's not a bash at all. I know a lot of people that do play games that are in the casual market. Crap, they don't really care. They just don't care. But I mean, realistically, I think a lot of it also came down to Sony's marketing this generation, which I thought.
Oh yeah, you know, they've done a good job with doing that. Everything that Microsoft has done that was considered bad, Sony's turned around and shoved it right up their face. You know what I mean? Like, here you go. Yeah. You know, and I think that's really that's good for them. You know, that's what you should do if you're a business. And you're trying to get people to pay attention, then that's exactly what you do. You know, that's something that you've got to be able to do. And Microsoft should be able to be excited and tout their own products. Like when Phil Spencer tweets out the Eurogamer thing where it says the best place to play Red Dead 2 is Xbox One X. He shouldn't have to apologize for that.
No. Absolutely
did Yoshida apologize for doing a 720p versus 1080p thing?
No.
And making fun of that? No, because that's business.
Well, they know the folks that attack Microsoft, stuff like that, they know that Microsoft has to come out and apologize, and they will apologize and they'll step back. And that's the thing. So Microsoft, you know what? But you know what though? Honestly, Microsoft put themselves in that position, crap, because there was a couple times that they came out, they're like, "Oh, sorry, we didn't mean that." You're like, you didn't have to say that. Like, there was no reason to apologize. Nothing was done wrong. I don't know what you're. So they did that to themselves, and now every time somebody says something, you know, you gotta wait. You know, that train's never late. You know, it's like, oh, wait about another 20 minutes, and someone will send an apology out. But yeah, I mean, the other thing I wanted to kind of talk about, crap, was, and I'm trying to make it a positive for maybe a sequel. But do you think maybe all of this Sunset Overdrive thing, getting the 4K upgrade on Xbox and going to PC, does this spark the ability that maybe Microsoft and Insomniac have been talking at least a little? They had to have been talking for this to happen. I think
so. I mean, look, here's the thing. Insomniac is a household name now because of SpiderMan. Let's be honest a bit further. They're a good developer with 0 real hits on their hand.
Correct.
Right? Resistance 1, 2, and 3, not hits. I mean, you could say that they're okay, but they aren't. They're decent games, but they weren't selling.
No.
You know, they didn't sell great.
No.
Sunset Overdrive didn't sell great.
No.
Ratchet and Clank was good, but apparently it didn't sell. They've made so many Ratchet and Clank games.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They
like
saturated that actual product.
So the last one was good, but again,
it was.
Yeah, we never got sales numbers on that, so we don't even know. They haven't had that hit. SpiderMan is their first real like smash hit, and they're known now.
And even SpiderMan crap, even though their work came through, it wasn't like that. It's not their IP. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So they don't own. When you say they haven't given us anything, they don't have. They're a very. Somebody in the chat just said Insomniac is a very talented dev team. Absolutely.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I never said they weren't. I said
No,
this
they
is
are.
their first sales hit.
Right. This is their first sales hit.
Yeah, like this game will probably do better than most of their other games combined.
That's why Ted Price was out there on Twitter being like, "Yeah, Microsoft, pick up the phone, give us a call. We'll make Sunset Overdrive too." You know, they want to work. You know,
they do. Yeah. They've got enough team. They could hire. They could do stuff. If they really, really wanted to make a Sunset 2, they could hire and split their teams. And they've done multiple projects. So I could definitely see them doing that if Microsoft was really interested. And Microsoft is opportunist, right? Like they see people asking. There's an opportunity there to please the fans. And you've got to listen and please the fans. You've got to listen to what the fans want. You've got to pay attention to that. It's critical in the industry. Right. You know, so I do think that they do have to
see it though.
I would love it too. I'd love to see it you got to do multiplayer and co-op campaign. If you do those two things, that's all that game needs, to be honest with you. So
yes, but is Insomniac's games, none of their games really stress multiplayer.
Well, Resistance did pretty good multiplayer, the Resistance series on PS3. But again, Sony really tanked the later part of that generation with their multiplayer stuff because they used to remember that Kevin Butler guy would do the commercials, and they would focus on his comedy instead of the whole the actual game they were trying to advertise, right? So that really kind of cost them, because Resistance 3 was really good, but the problem was that nobody really got a chance to check it out or see the game or advertise it because they were too busy,
enjoying
paying
Kevin
attention.
Butler jokes.
Yeah, Kevin Butler jokes. Yeah, and they didn't realize the guy's just an actor.
Yeah,
just saying.
It's hysterical. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Are you going to be bummed out if we don't get some Fable news, or at least a little? I'm just like people. I think Xbox fans have been through the ringer. We deserve some games.
Listen, Crap. I was trying to be fair, Crap. You could sit there and say, "Mooch, you're not being fair." But realistically, I was trying to be fair. I'm not even asking for gameplay. I'm asking for a CGI.
I'm just saying. Look, show Albion, show the buildings. Just show like some buildings. You know what I mean? And a little. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I would love to see that. You ever
hear of a progress report? Remember that shit back in high school? You had your term paper. You didn't have to hand your term paper in day one, but you had to show a progress report. That means you came in, and let's say the term paper had to be 20 pages. You had to come in and show the first 5 pages. And you showed it to your teacher, and the teacher would be like, "Okay, I like where you're going with this." Or, "This is all effed up. I recommend you start over. You still have plenty of time." That's why there's a progress report. Yeah. Like what you do is, I think as Xbox fans, we've been sitting here for a very long time. To hear about Banjo-Kazooie and Obsidian acquired, sorry. If that's what Phil's flying to Mexico for, I'm hoping he's flying the rest of his family down there so he's enjoying vacation afterwards. Because that's not enough. It's not enough. You need to see a CGI from Playground Games or whoever's doing it, whatever. And you say Fable. Okay, you say Fable. I say anything. I don't care. Ninja Theory, give me a 3-minute CGI on what the concept of your next game is. Whoever's doing Fable, if Fable's even a thing, because nothing's actually confirmed, but if Fable's actually a thing, okay, then show me a 3-minute CGI, 2-minute CGI, get everybody up. Like you say, Crap, the first PSX that we had back a while ago, I believe it was the hit after hit after hit episode. Yeah. Okay. All they showed hit after hit, which was nothing. But at the very end, Joel kicked a peach over to Ellie. Ellie played a little bit of a guitar solo, and everybody, I'm telling you, there's still about 27 people that haven't.
They are. They're still clapping.
They're still there waiting. Yeah. And I mean, that's the excitement, because from that very point on, Crap, till now, people are still talking about The Last of Us 2. So why would you not want to give a glimpse? It doesn't take away from E3. It doesn't take anything away from E3. It gives us something to look forward to moving forward as an Xbox fan. And by not mentioning, and you don't have to say anything. After the CGI, guess what? End scene. End scene. Done.
Exactly. You don't have to talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
I mean, most of us know that it's being made. You know what I mean? I think that would give people a reason to kind of look forward to the Xbox lineup coming. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, as we approach 400 watching, please hit that like button. We really do appreciate it. You know, Mooch, we're kind of heading into the holiday season, man. It's can you believe that? Like I'm like, I am, you know, it's my favorite time of year.
Yeah.
I know some people don't like, but like the Christmas in particular is probably my favorite time of year. Just like the whole, just people's attitudes change. I know it sucks because realistically people should have that kind of attitude all year of giving and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
But it is nice to see everybody kind of, you know, chill out and just be relatively decent to one another. And, you know, we are giving away a game here today in the chat.
Yes, we are. State of Decay 2, folks. Yeah, so I had happened to go out. Like I said, I think I told you guys last week, crap, I'll reiterate real quick. Went out and I had one Xbox One S left, and they were doing $250 towards an Xbox One X. And the bundle that I got had State of Decay 2. I already own State of Decay 2. So anyone who doesn't have it, you know, I don't know how it's really difficult to give these things. I don't know how the best way is to give it away to somebody in the chat, but you know, possibly somebody in the chat that definitely wants it, do text out your name a bunch of times. Let's see what we can do. It's just random. I don't know how to do it random. How do you do it random?
I don't know. Hey, how about we give it out when we hit 200 likes?
There you go.
We've still got 60 to go. When we hit 200 likes, we'll drop it in the we'll just drop it in the chat box.
There you go. Once we get to 200 likes, it won't happen right away, but it'll happen right after that. Shortly thereafter, I'll just type it out, and then whoever grabs it. And I'm not doing any of those things where it's like, guess the missing letter.
Yeah, we're just putting the whole damn thing in there.
For that?
Yeah, like, hold on, let me guess this letter. It's this or that. Hey, I saw Def Jam Bam, man.
Def Jam Bam just woke up.
I know. You know what? I follow him on Instagram, and he got like this new sound bar thing, and I was like, geez, just what we need another sound bar. You know what I mean? So, yeah, poor
us.
Yeah, like I haven't played with the guy in a long time. Hey, don't worry, we're gonna still be doing the Wheel of Wonder. Actually, I might figure out a way to do that next week, even if we don't have a producer by then. I think I can still run that through the Elgato, and even though there's no sound, I don't know, I couldn't get the sound to come through. Like, trust me, I've worked on trying to get solutions so that we could do other stuff like top 10 and at least do the Wheel of Wonder and stuff like that.
Right.
Which, by the way, we've all appreciated the Patreon support. It's really going to go towards getting us up and running. Whoever the new producer is, obviously they might need some equipment, so it's going to go there. You know, we're going to be doing the game giveaway and stuff like that again as well. So, you know, we're going to be, you know, it's going to be back in full swing. We're still going to take live calls. We might just decide to do live calls instead of the voicemails. I'm leaning, and I want to hear the audience's take on it over the next few weeks. And actually, crap, but just so you know, just so everybody knows, I got a really great DM just now during the show. Somebody's very interested in possibly being the producer. So I will talk to that individual along with Crap after the show, but that's great. You know, Crap, me and you've been talking about it off air. I think it's something that I actually would prefer the live calls over the voicemails myself. Yeah.
Just because let's
be honest, when we
really picked up.
Yeah, the voicemails we'd get, some of them would be like, you know, we'd be like a month past E3. Hey, this is, what do you think Microsoft's going to show at E3? And we'd be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's not as accurate. It's not as accurate. So I think doing and increasing the prize and things like that, a lot of the stuff is there, and I miss doing that. Like, we're still going to do that. And the top 10s, none of that stuff changes. It's all going to be back once we get somebody that can actually play the bits and stuff like that. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun show. Like I said, please hit that like button as soon as we get to that 200 mark, which we're 49 away. We'll drop that code in there.
Yes.
You know, it's going to be a good time, man. We definitely do appreciate everything. So, Mooch, there's a rumor that this Nintendo 64 Classic Edition is going to get revealed this month. Are you interested in that?
Where am I at with this, Crap? I got to be honest with you. I think I'm done. I'm done with it. I bought the SNES Mini And don't get me wrong, I don't regret it because I look at it as, you know, and shout out to True Racer. True's been an awesome guy. I just want to say, True's like, Mooch, DM me the code. True, I'll get you something. I definitely want to get something for True as well. But this one here, I just announced to the audience we're gonna give out the code in the chat, so I can't get it to you right now. But True, I am keeping an eye out for you, buddy. I thought you already had State of Decay too. But yeah, nonetheless, I'll work on something for True Racer. Awesome guy, by the way. If you guys haven't checked him out, please do. You know, Crap, True's been a big supporter of ours.
Yeah, he's a big racing fan too. He covers a lot of racing. He covers a lot of racing games and stuff like that too. So absolutely true. We'll definitely keep our eyes out for a code for you. But listen, here's my thing about that, Crap. I do want to kind of go over it. I think I'm past the PlayStation one that's coming out, the Nintendo one, and I said this goes for Xbox too. So anyone who says that, I'm not going to play those things, guys. I'm not. And if you say you are, I kind of call bullshit. I think everyone gets them. They take them home. They play them for a couple of hours. And then, you know, what they want to do is it's another opportunity to get your thumb in Twitter. You know, it's another thumb celebrity moment. People are like, look, I bought this little box. And you're holding it. You're showing off your thumb. And then you put it on your shelf or whatever you have in your house. It's like your museum of video games. And then, like, literally after you take 2 or 3 more pictures of it on Twitter, you're done. And you've spent $100. Well, here, I got to be honest with you, right, Mooch? So I have the SNES and the NES Classic. Those are still fun to play once in a while because those graphics still hold up because they're the side-scrolling stuff for the most part, or the little 3D sprites or whatever. If it is, you know, like, you know, so it doesn't look bad. Right. I bought a PS1, one of the slimmer ones with the LCD screen attached to it. And games for less than what they're charging for the mini. And even on the LCD screen, those graphics just look like globs of nothing. The worst games, the games that don't hold up at all, or that hold up the worst right now graphically, are PlayStation 1 games and Nintendo 64 games. Honestly, I have zero interest in either of those. And I'm a nostalgia guy and I collect stuff. Yeah. You know, just those games do not hold up. They don't look good. They look bad, actually. So I think people will probably buy the N64 mini more because obviously Nintendo has that big first-party stuff that everybody loves. It probably have like Mario and maybe Banjo and some of this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like they had a lot of games. Whereas if you look at Sony's lineup on theirs, what did you associate most with the PS1? Like me, it was like Tomb Raider and Crash and you know, and neither of those things are there. You know.
I don't know. I just think that, like, you know, shout out to Axel in the chat. He goes, lies, Mooch. I'll play my SNES Mini Classic again next year. He's right. Right? He's right. I stand corrected, Axel. I also feel that way. Like, I turned it on. I played some Super Castlevania. And then just recently, maybe about a month ago, I went and I was just like, oh, let me see what's up. And I played a little bit of Secrets of Mana. But as I was playing, I was like, I'm not going to do this. I have so many games to play that are like state of the art that came out a week ago that are mind-blowing and time-consuming. I'm not going to go back and play.
Like, what are you going to play?
Mana.
Yeah, you're going to play. Hold on, let me. Metal Gear 1, right? I love.
Oh yeah, let me get in there.
Am I going to go play that, or am I going to
play a large cheese pizza? Yeah. Right?
Or am I going to go play? Am I going to play Red Dead 2? You know what I mean?
We're playing Red Dead 2.
Yeah, it's like Sir X-Man. You're right, man. They're good for holidays with the family. I agree, man. I play with my brother. We we played some of that stuff or whatever. I think that's cool. But then it's done with, right?
Yes.
Hey, we're only up to 159. Let's get up to 200, folks. We got almost 400 watches. Let's go.
I got the code typed out and ready to go. I'm just waiting for. We got to hit over 200, and then I got to wait a little bit for the old. I'm going to do a synthesized drum roll in my head.
Hey, this weekend's trend says you guys hype backwards compatibility. Backwards compatibility. Guess what? If it's a 360 game, I can still get my achievements, and those games still look good, and they do free 4K upgrades on a lot of them.
Let's be honest. Whoever said that in the chat, if you've been listening to Mooch at all in the
Mooch
past
doesn't play backwards compatibility.
I don't do backwards compatibility. Listen, I think it's a great option because you own it. Okay, you own it. But literally, I look at backwards compatibility as like old family photo album.
Hey, Mooch, did you pick up that God of War Collector's Edition for $50 or $60 or whatever that was that I sent to you?
Of course I didn't.
Oh, you should have, man. You could have got Mimir and then sent it to me.
You didn't say Mimir was in there.
Dude, that's the Collector's Edition with Mimir And the dude, I paid like I forget how much it was.
I told you I'd be willing to pay 50 for just Mimir. I didn't know that. I thought it was something else.
No, that was the whole God of War collector's edition that I have.
Anybody in the chat that's gotten it, I'm sure somebody picked it up for $50. Somebody please send me Mimir so I can have at least 3 weeks before the battery dies out on my show.
Como estás, bitches? There, I said it. Crapgamer.
People want an El Crapgamer keychain head. Yes,
they do. I should put that on a shirt because.
Do you imagine if I made one? I would love it. My keychain would be like, "Start the car. It's cold already."
Who's yelling?
Just yelling at you. Like, don't tell me you're gonna play Left 4 Dead 2 back to back. You're not. Thanks, Mooch. I'm glad you're here to tell me.
Actually, I wouldn't mind playing Left 4 Dead, but that probably would have been more of a Halloween type thing. Because I actually Left 4 Dead 1. I put so much time in that game. I'll tell you something, Mooch. I have, I think, a day put into Red Dead 2 already. 24 hours.
I think I'm at like 13 or 14, maybe 15 hours. Where does it? I have to look it up. Does it show you on the app, right?
I looked on for some reason. I can never look. I could never look it up on the app. It just never worked for me.
Well, you got to go to achievements.
Yeah.
And then when you go to achievements, you click on the Red Dead 2.
I just did it on my Xbox. You can click on a game and then you can click the stats.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you your stats, and it was like 24 hours or whatever.
What does it say here? I'm at 16 hours.
Yeah. So I've got a little bit more time in it than you, and I'm like,
I take a lot of breaks in between it. You know what I mean? It's just. I like Lethal Papa. He goes, I'm immune to Mooch's yelling. That's true. He's been with us for so long. He's like, that's just Mooch talking.
Yeah, well, it says that I'm 20% done.
Does it give the percentage on the app or no?
Yeah, when you click stats.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Achieve 100%. Mine says 20%.
Yeah, so I'm about right there with you.
I'm at 24%.
Yeah, so
I'm moving along.
I'm looking at probably putting in 70 hours before I finish the story. Which I'm fine with. I'm obviously not going to play it like straight through. You know what other game disappoints me? It's not just an achievement thing, but Call of Duty, and I'll explain why, Mooch. You are 100% right? You put in a lot of time in the multiplayer, you should get some achievements. But guess what they did with Black Ops 4? The achievements aren't for the multiplayer.
I know. I'm finding that out the hard way.
They're on the zombie stuff, but it's fun. But holy crap, like the stuff that they have, you should get 100 or 200 for prestige, and like there is no reason to prestige in that online. I'm leveled up enough to prestige, but there is literally no reason.
Yeah, they screwed my whole campaign. The whole thing I was trying to say.
Because you weren't wrong. Like you should have been getting like, okay, if you get Red Tiger on this gun or 500 headshots like that, those should have been the achievements, not drink a slurp drink and dance backwards and do and yodel during zombies, then you get an achievement. Like that's ridiculous. Like I won't get hardly any of those achievements, right? So it's realistically a lose-lose in that category for me.
I agree, and I've been playing. Listen, all I've been playing is Blackout. Now, have you played Blackout recently, Crap?
I haven't played it recently.
Somebody said that let me retract that. It wasn't somebody. It was actually Treyarch. They said that they went in and specifically addressed the Xbox One's issues with frame rate in quads. I retweeted it yesterday. So
interesting.
I don't know if anybody in the chat has tried quads on Blackout on Xbox One, but if you have, could you let me know if things are better today than they were, say, on Thursday? So
yeah,
I listen, Crap. That's the only thing that I've been playing that, and I've been playing multiplayer. And somebody says Blackout running bad today. That's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because it's got I know a lot of people that are now going back and forth. They're trying to love Blackout, Crap, but they're going back to Fortnite, because they're like, I know, but Fortnite's working.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Well, you know what? I hear you, man. Fortnite to me is just, I cannot enjoy that game. I just haven't been able to really enjoy the game. For me, it's not great. So
Axel1324, he says, time to go back to PUBG. Is PUBG better since their latest update where they kind of lowered the graphics and resolution to make better frame rate? Is it better? So I don't know if Axel goes, come back to Pachinki. Oh, it's great.
Pachinki. Yeah, hey, you know what? You know what's funny? I checked my time on that game. Yeah. I've got like 6 days in that game or something like that.
I don't know what I got. You've got me beat in that because you went on a little tear with that.
There was, me and Grave and everybody was on there a lot playing.
Here's my players unknown. Let's see. I've got 101 hours into PUBG.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, that's not 6 days, whatever that is. It's a little over 3-4 days, getting in that range. But, listen, it's a great game. I really like it. I got to be honest with you, there's times I want to go back to it. But I just like the faster play in Blackout. I'm pissed off that they haven't gotten the frame rate thing down yet. It's a couple weeks now.
Yeah, you would think that they would have, you know what I mean? Like, because remember my whole argument or your whole argument was like, oh, we get a AAA developer that actually knows how to do this.
Right.
And
they still can't. Yeah. I mean, it still shows that. Well, now here's the thing, though, and it's funny because everybody likes to go, well, Fortnite's running smooth. Well, Fortnite's like 5, cartoony trees and wavy grass. So it's not a really highly demanding game. So, I mean, where I think there's more going on in Blackout and definitely more going on in PUBG to a certain extent. So, I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. I have no idea. Whatever it is, I just wish the Treyarch could figure it out.
Yeah, I hope they figure it out sooner rather than later as well. Like, I still have fun. Like, I actually like the regular team deathmatch stuff.
Me too.
More than anything. Like, it's just I could hop in there. Me and Hellheimer hop on there almost every day.
Yep.
And we just play it and just have a good time. And I do pretty good. I actually like for the first time you actually get credit for kills when you do most of the damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like say you do, 125 damage to somebody and somebody else, you're reloading or whatever, and somebody else finishes them off. You still get credit for the kill.
Shout out to Salty real quick. Salty, I'm sorry I didn't unable to type what's up to you. I got a code ready to go. We're giving away State of Decay 2 today once we get over 200 likes. Salty says quads runs fine in Blackout. So Salty, thank you. Salty's always like he's kind of like truth serum. That's what I love about Salt. Salt will just come in and sprinkle some wisdom on people. Because let me tell you something, Salt. Treyarch tweeted out yesterday, we've really addressed a lot of the frame rate issues on Xbox One specifically, and I tweeted it out. So, I think that's a big deal. And, there's a couple people in the chat going, Blackout still sucks. It's like, maybe that may be a them problem. I think that's what I'm going to get into. Tonight's a really rough night for the Mooch guys. Tonight's Rick Grimes' last episode.
Oh man, that's
crap. I know you're the guy to go to for consoling.
I'm really sad over that because I've watched so much of Walking Dead over the years.
You've watched so much Walking Dead commercials. That's about it.
Yeah. Well, no, I did watch the first.
Did you watch the first 2 seasons?
The first 5. I watched the first 5 or almost the first 5 because it started getting real stale in season. But like I said, I've mentioned this a few times. Him and the governor do an episode where they're sitting down the whole episode talking, and I was just like, you make a good point with
that. But I mean, if it was just always guns blazing, there's got to be some sort of dialogue if you're going to have something like an apocalypse with zombies in it and last more than 4 seasons.
I liked the first few seasons a lot. What I mean? I thought it was
really good. Why? But you know why? And listen, I say this all the time. I don't think I've said it on air. I've said it a lot to the guys I know at work and such. But here's my thing, guys. Realistically, the first few seasons, the reason everybody really, really dug it was the enemy was the zombies. Right? It was like a group of people getting together. Yeah, they got on each other's nerves, but they were like, there's hordes and there's zombies, and how do we survive? And this is crazy. And everybody's like, holy shit, this is wild. This is something new. But then after you got 2, 3, 4 seasons in, then they started making the humans the true enemies again. And they haven't left that. And if you think about it, with time in that world that they've created, it wouldn't be. You would start to learn how to defend yourselves against the zombies, and you would learn that you're back to martial law crap. So it gets into how do we develop a civilization again?
Have they ever got into why the disease or the disease aspect of it or anything like that? Like cure? I would think that would be a great storyline.
Yes. That's where I thought Fear the Walking Dead was going to go. But they didn't. They just basically did The Walking Dead in a different region of the world. But no, they didn't. They just mentioned that it was something that the government slipped out and it's airborne and the disease is in everybody. But who is somebody just up here said something? Do you think, it's funny. So Jimmy of Wiltshire says, Mooch, do you think Rick is actually going to die and become a walker, or do you think there's going to be a twist? That's funny. I had a great conversation during Talking Dead last week, and it kind of went on the fact that I think I'm going to be 100% wrong, by the way, but I thought maybe that Rick would kind of just be like they'd be left for dead, if you would, but like he goes off and he ventures out and he has his own like thing and he ends up on Fear the Walking Dead somehow. I had this whole thing I can't remember it right now, and I don't want to take it up. We're gonna get into some gaming stuff, but Crap. I do think that I think that possibly this may be a twist on the show, and maybe Rick doesn't necessarily die tonight, but we for all practical purposes will assume he's dead.
He could just go off into the sunset, want to be alone or whatever.
Right.
Or they
send him off.
Yeah, because they could eventually the show will end and maybe bring him back for a little thing or whatever. Like when you do a show for what is it, 9 seasons?
Yeah, it's 9 seasons.
That's almost a decade of being that same character doing the same show. Like I can understand wanting to stretch your legs a bit.
Yeah, but the thing about it is like these guys that all do these shows and then they don't want to do the shows anymore. They're like, oh, I need to expand my horizons. They end up doing nothing.
It's true. It you know what? I always say that too, right? Because everybody's going to associate him as Rick, right?
Yeah, he's Rick forever.
Yeah, like I was a big Smallville fan. I like that show. That show started coming on. I was just I think I was a teenager when that show came on, to be honest with you. When it started, I might have been 19.
Right.
That show lasted 10 years, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, they should have ended it a long time ago," or whatever. Like why does the main star keep coming back? Like, well, what have you seen him in since then? You know what I mean? Like he knew. You know what I mean? Like to me, you just ride that out because you never know when you're gonna work.
Well, the only person who lucked out in dying early in that show was Shane.
Yeah.
So Shane died. Now he's the Punisher.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a great show on Netflix. That's probably. I mean, I'm 3 episodes into the new Daredevil, and Daredevil. I'm sure it picks up. I heard it gets very good, but like I'm at the point right now where he's lost his hearing. And he's trying to get back his superpowers from the fact that he got whooped so bad that he's lost his hearing a bit. And I'm sure that'll all recoup soon. But like the Punisher is by far my favorite right now Marvel series on Netflix out of all of them. And I think the actor, whatever his name is, John something or another.
Berthune
yes, he's outstanding. So if you guys haven't caught up on Punisher, that's supposed to start up shortly thereafter Daredevil, I believe. So.
Well, what do you think about this Sony game? This Medieval, this remake.
Well, I think you made a good point. It's I looked into it. I don't remember it from back in its day. Apparently, it was a thing, but it's really Sony's version, right? It's Sony's version of Voodoo Vince.
Yeah, like it's funny because I'm like me and Zaire, we joke back and forth in the BGST thing, and he was like, "It's better than anything Xbox," and I was like, "Dude, you crapped on Voodoo Vince and posted a picture of that." Then I posted a picture of the remake of Medieval. They look so much alike. Yeah. Right? It's like, it's just so funny to me.
Well, they're all trying to capitalize right now, on this nostalgia thing, right?
It's a hell of a drug.
It's a hell of a drug, and everybody's on it.
Yes.
And, so you've got, and that's the same thing Microsoft's trying to do with this Banjo stuff. Hey, let's bring Banjo back. Let's not.
Yeah.
But realistically, that's fine. I understand you guys all want it for your collection. That's fine.
I like Banjo. I think Banjo's cool.
I think you do, Crap, and I'm sure that you are going to be one of the first people to get the remaster. And I think that you're also going to probably play. I think you'll play it in its all the way through. I think you'll get 1,000 gamer score on it. I do, but I think that realistically, there's not a lot of people that really feel that way, except for there's like a subsection within the hardcore.
Yeah.
So I think when he says that, you're going to see the hardcore. And don't forget, Xbox Fan Fest is at XO. So when they say Banjo, you have the entire Fan Fest that's going to lose their minds. They're all there.
Dude, yeah. I mean, people are going to like that. I hope that there's a little bit more than that. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I hope there's a little bit more than that. But I think that would go a long way in placating some fans.
For the fans, it will.
Because here's the thing. We haven't really seen, like, we know that there's studios, but eventually you're going to see that they're going to announce stuff, and I think that's when you're going to really start to see, like, kind of turn the corner. Hey, we're 13 likes away from dropping this code for State of Decay 2 in the chat, man. So hit that like button. Very close now.
Jimmy of Wiltshire, I apologize. Yes, and Crap saying, guys, we're 13 away. Somebody's going to want to win, even if you don't want to win State of Decay 2. Hit the like button for someone that does. Feel giving. It's Sunday.
It is. It's a great day. We're closing in on the holidays and Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. It's a great time to be a gamer, share some of that love. It's like I said, man, just be cool. I love it when people are just chill.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
For me personally, like I'm a super chill guy in real life, and just to see people.
You know, a lot of people say that crap.
Relax.
I'm glad you brought that up. Like, I've been gaming over the past couple of weeks with a lot of just fans of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, Mooch, if you don't mind, want to know if you want a game." Shout out to Yeti who game gifted and I mooched Black Ops 4 off of. So we were playing, and he's not the first. He's like maybe the 10th person to say it in the past few months. They're like, "Boy," he's like, "Mooch," he's like, "You're not as loud when we're gaming." I'm like, I mean, imagine if I just started gaming with you, Crap, and I was just like, you know, "How do you like this, Crap?" Like, I mean, wouldn't you not want to, like, I'm not just going to scream at you while we're playing a game, but it's different on a show because you can get kind of riled up over
That's why it's always weird when we stream
Yeah.
and people are like, "Crap's very quiet." Like, especially if it's a multiplayer game, man, I got the sweatband on. I'm trying to, you know, get out there, unless it's like Sea of Thieves, and then you just kind of let loose and have a good time. You know what I mean? Everybody just kind of goes crazy. You know, I wanted to talk a little bit about this because people were talking about this. So I'm not a huge Diablo fan, but
I am.
So yeah, they did this BlizzCon thing, which I guess is their own kind of event. And apparently they were booed off the stage by the people at the event because they announced this Diablo Immortals game, which is this mobile game that people are saying is kind of a cash grab.
Right.
And it really kind of triggered a response that they didn't expect. So they are actually confirming that they are making other Diablo projects, right? So they said that they have multiple teams working on multiple projects, and that remains true. Even after releasing Diablo 3 for the Nintendo Switch and announcing Diablo Immortal, we still have multiple Diablo teams working on multiple unannounced projects. It's a tentpole franchise. So they did sort of quickly announce that Diablo, without actually saying Diablo 4, we're like, "Hey, we're working on Diablo 4.
Right.
You know, so basically, to me, it's so weird. Like, I get that, like, the mobile thing, like, people like mobile, right? Like, well, people do, but I think not. I don't think people like us or that watch our shows are really into mobile.
No, but I mean, it is categorized all into gaming, Crap.
I get that, but a BlizzCon would be like, those are like those super hardcore fans.
Yeah, hardcore.
They don't want, they don't want to play,
right.
You know, they don't want to play on a mobile device. They want to hear about, you know, Part 4, Diablo 4. You know, that's what they want to hear about. You know, and it's just like, and I get that. Trust me, I do.
Right.
Just like at E3, right? If they had only announced that pop game, that Gears pop game, can you imagine how annoying that would have been? Like, it's E3, people don't want to hear about Funko Pop Gears. You know,
they
like,
don't. They don't.
Yeah, like, that's a hardcore event. Like, BlizzCon is a hardcore event. Why are they announcing some mobile game like that? That's not going to placate the fans that are there.
No, it's not. But it's also a large stage where they can get that out. If they just tweet it out, it just kind of dies. Now, for 2 weeks, you can call it bad press, but people are talking about it.
They got booed off the stage.
They did, but a lot of those people are still going to download it because they're Diablo nuts. They love it.
I'm not downloading.
Listen,
that.
I downloaded Fortnite and PUBG on my phone. I used each one once, but it's still on my phone. I'm still a statistic.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
That's all they care about, Crap. You download Diablo Immortal, guess what? Statistic. You guys are all a statistic. We are all statistics.
That's like that whole Game Pass argument too, right?
Like, Phil Spencer's going to list everyone. We're all going to be mentioned at XO. We're all a statistic. Yep. It's crazy. So all they care about is when people try it, there's going to be people who hate Diablo Immortal. And they're going to be like, "Well, I downloaded it and I truly hate it." Statistic.
Yeah.
But
just like, true. How many people played, you know, Sea of Thieves? Well, if you booted it up, then you're a statistic, right?
Statistic.
So, yeah, statistic.
It's a fun word to yell out loud, by the way.
It is. So who's yelling?
Like who's yelling so early in the morning? Salsa. It's like saying salsa.
Yeah, it's fun to say salsa.
Fun to say salsa. So people say salsa. Pass the salsa. Can I have some salsa? It's a Seinfeld bit. It's great.
Hey, me and you get the Seinfeld bits. Other people are like, "What the hell are they talking about?"
Like Seinfeld. Was that 1990 something?
Yeah. Hey, that show still holds up. Shut up, people.
I think it does. You kidding me? I live my life by it. It's great.
Yeah, it's so hilarious. People were not so bothered by things back then. So to me,
no, they weren't.
That's pretty cool. What do you think about Battlefield 5, Mooch? Are you into Battlefield?
Listen, you want to know something? So you guys know how I feel about crop dusters and getting run over by a horse, or the most exciting gun is something that maybe you'd find in Red Dead. But the thing about it, though, Crap, is I got to give credit where credit's due. Credit to Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man has gotten me amped. He's already, pre-gifted the game. Outstanding individual and supporter of the show. But I will say this much, Crap. If someone's willing to take me under their wing and show me the game, and show me the way that someone who's got like thousands of hours in it, like Sir X-Man does, I'm willing to learn. I am willing to learn. So maybe he'll show me something that other, because every time I've jumped into games, they're always like, oh, Mooch, don't worry about it. Just hop in the back of a tank. Don't worry if there's no gun or window. Just sit there and stare at the metallic look of the green tank. And I'm like, what? This game sucks. Maybe he can actually take me through. So I would say that my enthusiasm, Crap, is higher than usual, but that's all due to Sir X-Man. Yeah. I have to give credit to him.
Yeah, I can understand. Like I was trying to tell you, me and Lady Foxfire were trying to tell you for the longest time.
Yeah, I'm dropping it, Crap. Out goes the awards. There it is.
Hey, whoever gets it, tell us that you got it, so that we know.
If you get the game, let us know that you got it. Tweet it out. Let them know Mooch and Crap gave it to you.
Yes, we would.
All right, the game is out there, folks. Enjoy it. Whoever gets State of Decay 2, enjoy that. But Crap, go ahead. You and Fox have been promoting it, but you haven't been great tutors.
Yeah, I mean, look, no, I tried to tell you it wasn't all bad. Like I used to think the same way you did. Oh, you go in there, you spawn in, you get blown up by a tank. It's terrible. But then when I actually got around to actually playing the game, like it wasn't like that at all. Like Battlefield 4 to me was a very good one to start out on. And then Battlefield 1 came out at a time when all the other shooters were futuristic weirdness, right?
Yeah.
Walk on the walls and fly and all this kind of weird stuff, right? And I just wanted more boots on the ground, and it is that. And it is true that like certain maps, like that Arabian map or whatever it is,
yes,
it's full of snipers. But there's maps like that on Call of Duty where there's just going to be more snipers. There's smaller maps where there's none, where nobody goes around sniping. There's maps when there's no vehicles. It really just depends on what you're in the mood for playing. So
yeah, no, I agree. Now that comes out November 20th. So
yes.
Pink Floyd in the chat says Mooch crop dusters for life. That's great. But yeah, like what I was going to say to you was, so we got that on the 20th. You've got Fallout 76, which I'm going to invest time into that. That's why I'm really trying to play. I'm trying to catch my character up in Destiny and playing Red Dead for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to fully invest in the Fallout 76. I'm trying to get a crew together, Crap. If you want to be part of this crew, unless you have like obligations, I would like to put a solid crew together that meets once or twice a week, and we stream the game. I want to stream the game. I want to make it a thing on the channel. And then we've got Battlefield 5, a week after that we can dabble in too. But I do want to play and give Fallout 76 its due diligence, really, because let's be honest, Crap, all the way through December, I know you're going to be playing whatever that other one is there, Dark, whatever they're getting there. What is it? Dark Riders, I don't know what it is. The game that not going to play the game anyway. That game that comes out in December, end of November. I want to play that Fallout 76 and give it its due diligence all the way through until we get to Anthem. So give it a good 2-month run. Try it out. See if people dig it. If it's really a mess, Crap, then it's a mess. And I've got good dang. I've reached out to thank you, Darksiders, Def Jam Bam. Thank you. I'm trying to get my co-host here to help me out. I'm like, Dark, never gonna play it anyways. Darksiders 3, yeah, right. I'm like, not gonna work here anyway.
Not gonna work here, yeah.
So thank you, Def Jam Bam. See, that's what's great about Def Jam Bam. He's awake and alert, and I appreciate it.
Yes. Of course he is, man. He's got some kind of music blasting in the background, probably.
Yes.
Man.
I hope that
decibel
soundbar doesn't come out in full-fledged,
I agree. Look, Darksiders 3 looks good. I've started on Darksiders 1. It's not bad. Let's see. Jimmy says, is Left 4 Dead worth installing on my X? Dude, it looks great on the X. It's an awesome game. It's absolutely fantastic. What you got to do is try that out with with some friends though. That's one of those games where you play it with your friends.
Absolutely.
That is one of those quote unquote friend games. And what's cool about that is you switch sides. Like you see who can make it further as the humans, and then you switch and then you try to stop the other the other players. And there's also like this campaign which against bot, that's pretty cool as well. So it's a lot of fun. It's realistically one of the best games. Again, that was one of those games that was rocking on the 360. That was one of those that Sony fans were really jealous of. They didn't have anything like that. So very cool stuff. Very cool stuff to see that.
That's a big deal too, Crap. If is it Turtle Rock?
Yeah, Turtle Rock Studios.
I wouldn't mind seeing them get picked up.
Dude, me either. I would love a spiritual successor. I mean, obviously they don't have the IP, but they could do something like that, you know?
Right.
So, by the way, the first Left 4 Dead is superior to the second. I just want to throw that out there.
Interesting. Is it because of the multiplayer?
It's just better. The maps are better. The story's better.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with you. Have you played them since they've been 4K crap?
No, I have not booted them up for 4K yet. I am going to try it out, though.
Okay. If you do, let me know.
Yeah, I will.
Like I say, you got to play with people. I don't really want to just run around and do that solo.
Hey, Sir X-Man says, hey, he had his first grandbaby on Saturday. She's beautiful. Hey, congratulations,
man. Sir X-Man.
Hey, that is awesome, man.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Spoil her like you spoil Mooch and Crap.
Make sure you get her lots of Xbox stuff. You got to start them young. I'm sure when she's old enough to start playing games, we'll probably be just plugging stuff in our heads and who knows, streaming it that way.
Right. By that time, yeah, you'll be able to walk and actually go to work and play a video game.
Exactly.
Yes, and you got Good Dang. Shout out to Good Dang, who's like, seriously hardcore gamer. I said to Good Dang yesterday, I said, listen, I'm trying to recruit people to play Fallout 76 that I know I can count on. And let me tell you something. I don't know if there's anybody in the community crap that you can count on more than Good Dang, who's got 400 plus hours in games like State of Decay 2 and God, what's the latest? He's even got 75 hours in the Red Dead already, or maybe 100.
Hey, I wonder how many people ruined his a batch of food and his game of State of Decay 2 by accidentally spilling coffee in it or something, you know?
Yeah. I accidentally nailed a rusty nail into a tree, killed all of our apples. So, right? What happened? I'm fighting off a horde of zombies, and I find out that Jimmy back at camp pissed in the vegetables.
They're ruined. We had to throw them all away. Wash them. No, we threw them away.
Sammy flushed all the rifle ammo down the toilet.
What the hell is... And now the toilet's clogged and we have no ammo. What do? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the stuff that you have to deal with, you know.
Manny's in. Listen, this is great. Crap, Manny and Good Dang. I can't think of a bunch of guys I wouldn't know how to hang out with. That's a great group right there. And also Boogie. Yeah. Boogie's in too. Boogie wants to play Fallout 76. And I got my buddy Steven. Listen, the more the merrier, guys. I heard there's only 4, but realistically, we can't all make it all the time. So I'd like the group to constantly be this living entity, and we at least kind of communicate. I will set that up. I will do a Fallout 76 DM and get everybody involved so we have communication. But man,
that sounds good.
I'm writing Manny down. I got Good Dang, I got Boogie, and I got Steven Roush. I got a few guys that have been writing me, telling me they want to play. So, yes, I will definitely make note of all of you guys, and we will start at Fallout 7. If you guys want to start it without me, that's fine. I'll look into my inbox shortly.
I think that game would be better to play with people, to be honest with you. Like Fallout, when I tried to play Fallout solo, it's always just like you get this terrible alone, you know, scrounging for bullet. Like if you have other people helping you, that could probably be a big saving grace for that game. So, hey, man, I mooched it. Why not try it out? You know what I mean? Like, why the hell not? You know, I'll try it out, see what's up.
Well, you know what's great about this game, though?
You don't knock it until you try it.
Don't knock it until you try it, Crap. And second of all, Crap, I'd like to bring something else up to you. This game is not like a Destiny.
Yeah.
So this isn't like, oh, crap, you haven't been here for 2 weeks, you're screwed. No, because as long as you come in and you're part of our group, then when you come back in, yeah, sure, maybe we'll have to, scrap some things together and get you a better gun. But my point being is you're not going to be like, oh, that's great. You guys are level 80 and I can't play. You
guys are level 600 and I'm level 40. Yeah.
That's not this game.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's why I'm kind of pestering you about getting into it. I think it's something that you've wanted. It's the best of both worlds. It's not Sea of Thieves, which is a show about nothing.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not Destiny, where if you missed one homework assignment, you're dead to the teacher.
Yeah, dude, I totally get it, man. I totally get it. Hey, were you speaking of Banjo-Kazooie, were you disappointed that they weren't going to be in Smash Brothers?
I'm aware of what you're talking about, and I could care less.
Yeah. Are you into Smash Brothers?
No. I'm not into fighting games, Crap.
Yeah.
That's even crazier. They put like 3 levels in that thing, and it's like if someone's like, oh, just jump down to the second tier, and then you do an uppercut, Hadouken! And I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. And it's crazy.
Hey, I like those games, man. I'm gonna get it. But wow, this Matt Prescatella guy, he's all about posting these stats now.
Oh, he's one of the cool kids.
He is, man. Hey, everybody hit that like button, man. We really do appreciate it. If you guys have any questions you want to ask us in the chat, man, go ahead. We usually don't have time since we can't do call-ins, man. We might as well see if we can't get some people to ask it in the chat. So
yeah. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
Dude,
so,
well, he's listing.
What'd he say?
Okay, so now he's listing flashback systems, Sega Dreamcast, the top 10 games on MPD. Wow.
What do you got?
NFL 2K is the #1 best-selling game on the Dreamcast. NFL 2K1 is the second best. Sonic Adventure is 3. NBA 2K is 4. NBA 2K1 is 5. Crazy Taxi is 6. Soul Calibur is 7. Ready to Rumble Boxing is 8. Shenmue is 9. Resident Evil Code Veronica is 10.
What's that? So is this all for the N64 thing?
No, this is for the Dreamcast.
What's sparking these numbers is my point.
He's been posting numbers because people have been interested. Okay. So like he posted the top 10 this generation for Xbox and PlayStation, which by the way, they were very similar. Each one only had one exclusive. God of War was in the PlayStation side. Halo 5 was in the Xbox side for most sales this generation for top selling games. Everything else was basically almost the same game. Multiplats, every single one of them. That to me is incredible because, you know, everybody's like exclusives, right? And then the top selling games for the particular platform, not even combined, just for the individual platforms, are all multiplats except for one exclusive on each one. Yeah, interesting, huh?
Very.
So Nintendo 64, right? I mean, hey, we can go off the rails a little bit, right? This is what M&C does. So Nintendo 64. Came out in 1995. According to this, the top selling games are Mario 64, GoldenEye 007, Mario Kart 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Stadium, Donkey Kong, Star Fox, Super Smash Brothers, Diddy Kong Racing, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. That's number 10. So, wow. I mean, Mario 64, that was an obvious one,
right?
To be up there, but very interesting, huh?
It is interesting. And I just wonder, you know, I mean, myself personally, I think when we're getting into the Dreamcast and the N64 numbers, I don't know. That's like finding, you know, you ever see those things that are in the paper sometimes and they're like, or who reads the paper on the internet? And they're like, back in 1985, you know, Lunchable meat was like the best picked thing in grocery stores. Like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't really care what happened in Dreamcast back then. I mean,
here's the Sony PlayStation, the PS1. #1 game, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Number 2, Gran Turismo. Number 3, Final Fantasy 7. Number 4, Gran Turismo 2. Number 5, Crash Bandicoot 2. Number 6, Tekken 3. Number 7, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Number 8, Metal Gear Solid. Number 9, Crash Bandicoot 3. Number 10, Driver. Man, Crash Bandicoot, huh?
Yeah. There you go.
Remember when Gran Turismo was a good racing game?
Yeah, I do.
Pepperidge Farm remembers because it was back on the PlayStation.
Pepperidge Farms. That's great.
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting, though. He's, like, posting a lot. I find that to be interesting, you know?
Well, you like that. What are you chopping on in this morning episode of M&C?
A Starburst.
How the hell are you doing Starburst so early? What the hell?
Dude, it feels like it's 2 o'clock.
Try a granola bar.
Yeah, granola bars are no Starburst, my friend.
No, they're not. They're really not.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, sometimes I like a little bit of sugar in the morning.
Yeah, that always helps.
A little sugar rush. I'm
literally on coffee and water, and I'm still screaming. Imagine me on like Starburst. Holy shit! You know what's great about the show too? Crap is we were up near 400, went down to like the 350s. We're almost back up to 400 again. We've gotten so many people joining us late here. It's almost like M&C can go all day long, but we do have football and gaming to do today.
Yeah, there will be a lot of aids there. Are we getting any questions?
I don't know if we're getting any questions. I haven't seen any in a second. I know a lot of people are really excited to get into Left 4 Dead. Crap. A lot of people are saying, Mooch Crap, if you do play, hit me up.
Wow, I wish I'd known. Shoot, man, I would have been playing. And I just don't like playing that game alone. You know, you gotta play it with friends.
No, I hear it. Shout out to So Shady. So Shady says, you know, he was really all in on Fallout 76, and he said that he played the beta and it's a buggy mess, and he said honestly it's turned him off. And I just said to Shady in the chat, I'll say it out loud here, is I'll say, guys, let's at least get to the launch, because when you have Bethesda came out and said, hey guys, we're putting the beta out there and it's going to be absolutely a shit show. They said that.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, it's going to be a shit show. Let's at least give them the launch in a week or so after to see if they right the ship. I mean, if it's a buggy mess and we're, 10 days after launch, well, I can't really blame people for putting the controller down and say, I'm moving to something else. But I'm going to give Bethesda the benefit of the doubt and let them do their stress tests and everything that they're trying to do right now. They're using everybody as a statistic.
It's true.
You're a statistic. You're just trying things out. They're throwing things at you. They're trying them out. You're doing it for them. Yes, it's a mess. It's all about, that's what beta and early access and all this other stuff's all about. You're kind of, you're just a statistic. You're a beta. You're a number. You're a test subject.
They said that it would have problems with in the beta or whatever. So
and they said large problems. They weren't hiding anything. Crap.
Yeah. So I think that that's probably something that we're going to continue to see. And they'll fix it. They'll update it a lot. So I don't really think that it's going to be that big of a problem. I think that people should, kind of calm down and see what's up. Somebody in the chat asked, do you think Microsoft will buy Valve or Steam? I think if they really wanted to be ingratiated into the PC community, they should. But I don't really see them doing that.
No, I don't. I just don't see
I think they get a lot of backlash.
Well, not just that crap. They get a lot of backlash. But let's stop and think about this for a second. You said that EA is estimated at 19 billion with a B.
Yes.
What is Valve then?
I have no idea.
I would assume Valve's worth more than EA.
Does
that hold water with you, or do you think are we talking apples to apples, or am I way off? I would think that the market that they have, and I can't see Valve selling A, and B. I think that would be an astronomical price.
Well,
how funny is that? LG Nemesis says, I went to the kitchen to get something to drink and I can hear Mooch yelling, calm down, Mooch. It's not that serious. It's so great. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, according to this this is 2011, 2 to 4 billion. So probably more than that now. Hold on.
Surprises me. I was also surprised when you said 19 billion for EA.
So here is, according to this, and this is a new one from last year. They're only worth between 4 and 10 billion.
And is EA really truly worth the 19 that you said, Crap?
I don't know. Hold on. I'll check that up too.
That number just seemed high when we were talking about it last week on Xbox Nation. It seemed high. Now 4, 5, 6 billion when you're in the world of Microsoft and you're trying to do Xbox's PC is Xbox. Maybe that is something that's within their reach. So Shady's saying worth more than 19 billion. If that's true, I think EA's never getting bought out. I don't see that as a return on investment, like you were saying on Crossfire, Crap.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like,
if that's their worth, that's their worth. I mean, that's fine. I'm not questioning any of it. I'm not questioning it that I don't believe it. I'm just asking if it's true.
It's hard not finding what EA's worth. Okay. Well, their stock value is 45.5 billion.
Right.
So
I don't think that's
sure exactly.
but I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea how they measure that, so I'm not going to pretend to know. But I would say that EA is probably off the table for a lot of the reasons you said too, Crap. A lot of their worth and values based off of multi-plats.
Yeah, I think Steam is worth significantly less because they don't really do a lot of IP and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they don't really make their own games anymore or anything, right?
No, but what you would get is that what you're doing at that instance is you're buying that consumer base.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's exactly right.
Right, that's what it is, and that's valuable. I mean, like Netflix and them when they bought other streaming. We don't talk about it now, but Netflix, I think, bought out some people that were doing streaming before.
Remember when they offered Blockbuster a chance to get in with them?
Yeah.
Man, and Blockbuster kind of laughed at them.
Yeah, they're like, nah, they're like, people still love physical. No, they don't. But anyways.
Hey, I could understand that if they offered you the ability to stream those movies, the new ones, right? They don't really, though, so.
No, they don't. They really don't. I don't know. That's my whole thing. I think that would be something that they should think about. I think Microsoft is, like you said, I think basically the acquisitions you're going to see now are just going to be smaller companies for the most part. Maybe one more big splash, but smaller companies to keep the gap so that Game Pass constantly has games coming out.
Yeah, they're going to need that. I do really think that, speaking of the Blockbuster thing, I actually had, they were doing this thing where you could get like 4 or 5 different Blockbuster rentals at a time for like a cheap, like a flat rate or something when Netflix started getting big. I didn't mind. Like, I like the idea of going there and picking out the newer movies and stuff, but I get why not everybody did. So,
right.
Yeah.
Did anybody know? Crap, we haven't heard. Anybody win State of Decay 2?
Did anybody win?
Did anybody win it? I haven't seen anybody say I won or I got it or way to go, Mooch and Crap. I didn't see anything. Yeah. So I don't know. So,
Jason Gray says, is it true Rockstar had made their money back already from Red Dead? I believe that's true because they estimated that it cost $700 million to make, and they made over $725 million. So, or $750 million, something like that. So somebody says they won.
Yeah. Enrix117. Nice, buddy. Congratulations, dude. If you got Twitter, tweet it out there. People know Mooch and Crap gave it to you.
With that being said, man.
Yeah,
we might as well start
the 2-hour mark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mooch and Crap just goes by so quick, Crap, that it's me and you do that even when we're working on skits and stuff on the side.
It does, yeah.
We're like, we'll just meet up for 20 minutes because we're going to record this real quick. And then it's like 2 hours.
Yeah, good boy, Mark. He says Red Dead 2 being native 4K on X does not mean PS4 owners are switching. It certainly does mean that some have. PC gamer, we've seen it. We've seen pictures. We've seen people that are tweeting it out, dude. I'm not saying that 100% will.
No, God, no.
I'm just saying that we're seeing a lot of that switch. A lot of people buying an Xbox One X to play the game in the best possible way. And I think that that's what people are. It just shows you that people really want a higher performance gaming console, like especially the hardcore, man. And I think it's great, man. Good on Microsoft. Please hit that like button, you guys. It's going to be a great day. Sports starting soon for me.
Yes.
Some of us got big rivalry games this week. Some of us.
My team's on bye, but they've been on bye all season, so it doesn't really matter. So we're waiting for the draft.
You guys are.
Yes, we are.
Maybe trade for Derek Carr, right? Because it seems like Oakland's having a fire sale.
yes, they are. Hopefully we get. Yeah, I would love to get Carr. We get Derek Carr, and then we get another couple of offensive linemen, and the Giants will be great next year.
Yeah, Jason says you two really should have your own TV show. You guys are awesome. I would love to do like a Mooch and Crap real world situation.
Absolutely,
because it would be crazy. That would be awesome. So
that's a dream come true.
It is. So thank you guys so much. Continue to support us on Patreon.
Yes, please.
Yes, if you guys want, the link is down below. Please check out the shows during the week. We do Crossfire on Fridays. We do Xbox Nation on Wednesdays. It's going to be a busy week. This week is, next Saturday is XO event.
Yes.
So I'm sure there's going to be lots of people streaming and talking about that stuff. So make sure you guys tune in and all that kind of stuff. Really appreciate it. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and we will catch you guys later, man. Thanks for watching. Later.
Peace.